Greetings, friends. Al Iverson here. It's time for another one of your email authentication and deliverability questions answered. This time around, I want to talk about preparing for email readiness in Q4, email marketing readiness, email marketing deliverability readiness. What does that mean? What does that look like? This is the busy season. It's just about here. The busy season for email marketing. Bulk mail, both good and bad, is going to grow significantly in volume during Q4, specifically because of all of the different holidays that email marketers, especially those focused on the US, use as an opportunity to send more email, to make more revenue, to connect and get more customers. And that's the name of the game for them, right? This is really the prime time, the big game, the big season ender for a lot of email marketers looking to make their season-ending biggest amount of revenue ever, thanks to Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, and all of the days in between there leading up until Christmas. And so what does that mean for email marketing land? I'm going to give you 5 tips on things you have to think about when looking to succeed, to have deliverability success during this last bit of 2024. Number 1, lock in that infrastructure. Are you dedicated IP or shared IP sender? Do you have enough IPs in place? Now's not really a time to start adding IPs and warming them up. You really should have thought of that, frankly, a month or two ago and be ready, be at the end of that warming period now. Because we'll talk more about this in a minute, but ISPs are going to see more mail than usual. They're going to be slower to respond or remediate. Spam filters might even struggle to keep up. You really don't want to introduce new infrastructure at all during this period, if at all possible. Similarly, don't rename or rebrand. This is not the time to go buy a brand new domain and introduce it to the world from out of nowhere with no history. You're going to have those same problems there. No history. Now is not the best time to build that history. Email authentication is extra important this time around because of the new sender requirements that Yahoo and Google put into place just over a year ago, announced just over a year ago. Ultimately, it boils down to this. You really don't want to make big infrastructure changes in Q4. I know the way it works for me is, even though I often do reviews or audits for some clients during Q4, I line up changes that need to wait until after January 1 before they're made, and that really should be the same for you too. You really want to lock everything in place, and this is prime time. This is not time to fiddle, to add in new servers, to stress test things, anything like that. Number 2, mastering domain reputation. Learn how Google sees you. Do they like what you're doing, and do you have a good reputation? That's what Google Postmaster tools will tell you. Second here, don't share needles. What I mean by that is don't use your domain name in good places and bad places. You want it only in good places. If you share your domain to send to good lists and bad lists, all of it's going to end up with a bad reputation. Wherever your domain appears, a domain reputation will get attached to it. Same goes with affiliate marketing. If you engage in affiliate marketing or working with affiliates, if they spam and do so, just run rampant, unchecked, they're going to bring down your domain reputation. It's going to cause problems for you. Sometimes those problems are especially hard to characterize, troubleshoot, even focus on, even identify what's going wrong. You'll just see domain reputation starts to tank, and you don't necessarily know why. Now is the time to authenticate and protect, if you haven't already, right? This is domain reputation we're talking about. This is the new sort of sender paradigm that ISPs, in particular Gmail, are looking at your domain reputation. And how do you set things up so that you can be best recognized as you as a sender? And that's authenticate your mail with DKIM, protect your domain with DMARC, so that bad guys can't spoof your domain and damage your domain reputation. And keep in mind, this is new compared to years past. Gmail is much more likely, more quick to block domains with reputation issues. Got high spam complaints, your mail's showing up, your domain's showing up in bad mail, very unwanted mail with bad stuff in it. It's more likely to get blocked now than in years past. Number 3, don't dig deep for lists. I'm not here to preach to you. You should know by now that permission rules. The name of the game here is sending engaging content to people who want it. You do that, you're going to succeed. You don't do that, you're going to have lower engagement. You're going to be more likely to go to the spam folder. It's going to be harder to get eyeballs and attention. It's going to be harder to remediate too during this period compared to other times of the year. Don't rely on favors for success. A lot of people are too quick to say, hey, we need somebody to reach out to the Yahoo Postmaster or the Microsoft Postmaster who can submit a ticket for us. Keep in mind that everybody's doing that during this time, and so they're getting more tickets than usual, meaning it's going to take them longer to respond. They might be quicker to respond. They might be less thorough to investigate your issue. They might just close tickets without helping people if they just are overwhelmed and don't have any way to keep up with it all. So keep in mind that when you reach out for help during this period, your responses are not always going to be favorable. As much as you can do yourself by protecting against deliverability issues on your own without having to rely on favors for help, the better off you'll be. And finally, number 5, home stretch. Be aware what Yahoo, Gmail, and Microsoft are doing. Keep in mind the new sender requirements that Yahoo and Gmail announced just over a year ago. They took a few months to take effect. It took longer than that in some cases, the one-click unsubscribe requirement. But the point being that now we're in our first Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where these new Yahoo and Gmail requirements are in force. Effectively, SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are required. There's an asterisk there. If you're a tiny little sender, you can get away without some of it. The point of it is, though, if you want to do things right and maximizes your chances for success, you do need SPF, DKIM, and DMARC in place. Keep in mind also that fixing reputation issues takes longer than in years past. What that means is if you had a Gmail issue, or go to the spam folder, you adjusted your segmentation to suppress inactive subscribers. In the past, you would have mailed to that boosted engagement list for maybe 4 weeks, somewhere between 3 and 5 weeks, and that would have dragged you out of the spam folder back to the inbox. That can take longer now. Gmail is looking closer at reputation. They're looking closer at the stats. They are moving a little bit slower as far as resetting reputation, we think. So we think, based on my conversations with a lot of different deliverability people, we all have a pretty good idea that Gmail is moving a little slower to put that mail back in the inbox compared to years past. That's going to be really tough during this important season. So it's another reason to avoid doing things wrong, because the path for remediation is longer and going to be more painful than in years past. Keep in mind, too, Microsoft's still doing its own thing as they move to, they use domain reputation, too, but they still use IP reputation as a big component of their spam filtering engine. It can still be a little hair trigger and tough to get unblocked successfully. That's a place where I would suggest not digging deep in your subscriber list when it comes to Microsoft domains. Stay as clean as you can there. It's the best you can do to try to avoid issues and not have problems that are going to be tough to remediate. So that's it. That's my top 5. I hope that helps you with thinking of what you need to do for deliverability success in this holiday season. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any other questions, feel free to drop me an email, al.iverson@valimail.com. And if you need our help, we're ready and willing to help you start and engage that DMARC journey to protect your domains against phishing and spoofing. That's us. That's Valimail. Please visit us at valimail.com. Hope to hear from you. Have a great day. Thanks.